Hey, Jeff Munn, Creating Extraordinary Futures. I just had a really uncomfortable realization about myself and, more interestingly, about the people I work with. And it is that I have had three strategies that have been failures that I keep reverting back into, that I keep trying to transcend and keep getting pulled back and back and back into them. And those strategies are that I am either going to outwork someone to succeed, I am going to outsmart someone to succeed, or I am going to outplease someone to succeed. Now, the biggest problem with all three of those is that they're unsustainable and exhausting. But they also bump you up against your limits very quickly, because there's always going to be someone who, I won't say outplease, because that can become very obnoxious very quickly. But the upside of pleasing is about relationships and empathy and understanding what people want and being able to serve them in that way that, sometimes serving is not about pleasing. It's actually about saying something that is uncomfortable, something that is an uncomfortable truth that needs to be acknowledged. When I think about outsmarting, that's about being the smartest person in the room. That's about potentially, applied to its dark side, is I'm going to talk over you. I'm going to take your ideas and claim them as my own. I'm going to be pretty obnoxious, especially if I'm leading a team and needing to be the smartest person. That's not going to go well, first of all, and the team is going to leave things on the table that would have been better, except for my own insecure need to have the best idea. And outworking, it should be obvious, A, that there are always going to be people who are willing to work harder than you, and B, if you try to compete with them, you're going to exhaust yourself and it's going to fail. So I have fallen prey to every one of these at different points in my life, whether I think about the outsmarting in my academic career and, getting straight A's in high school and getting highest honors in college and going to a top, 2 or 3 law school. When I think about outworking and the hours that I worked in my law firm and my consulting firm, and when I think about outpleasing and just making sure that everyone around me was happy, even though I was scared to death to tell them the truth. And I'm wondering how each of those shows up for you. And I'm wondering, as you're building yourself, your business, your impact in the world, how are they getting in your way? And what would it be like to look at each of those and see, to what extent can I let go of this? And what is the upside of letting go of that? Depending on where you are in building your company, you may be, let's say, 7 figures of revenue to 8 figures of revenue. It might be beginning to bring in a small leadership team. When it's 8 figures to 9 figures, it may be letting that leadership team run the day-to-day and you handling the vision. And from 9 figures to 10 figures, the very best thing for the company may be for you to be totally uninvolved, to have brought in people who are better than you at everything you used to do. And for many, many leaders, that scares them to death. It is an existential threat of their very identity. If you're seeing that, if you're feeling that, if you're resonating with that, let's talk. Take care, and I'll see you next time.